Good morning. I wish you all a very, very happy Republic Day. Today we are celebrating this particular significant day as the Republic Day. In the year 1949, on November 26th, Indian Constitution was adopted. And exactly after 2 months from then, on January 26th, 1950, Constitution came into force. And that is the date on which India became a republic, and we are proudly say that India is a republic nation. So, but if you go back to the whole concept of this constitution was framed by the Constituent Assembly, and it took a longer period of time. Of course, the total number of sessions were 11, but nearly 3 years time has been taken for finishing the constitution. 2 years, 11 months, and 18 days have been taken to complete this. And every member who was present in the Constituent Assembly, they played extraordinary role in finishing this constitution. And finally, after first reading, second reading, and third reading, Constitution was adopted on November 26th, 1949. So few provisions like citizenship, elections, they have come into force on the same day, but the rest of the constitution came into force on January 26th, 1950. So since then we are celebrating this day as the Republic Day. And we have the habit of, we have established a tradition of inviting some dignitary from some other nation as a chief guest for our Republic Day celebrations. So this point I have discussed with you earlier, and this time it is a Saudi king. This is UAE. This particular person is being has been invited as the chief guest, right? So this point I have already covered in the previous class. So right now, so when you come back to this Constituent Assembly, so kindly remember one possible question for the examination is that so many important people, significant people were the members in the Constituent Assembly. So many significant people were the members in the Constituent Assembly, like Dr. B. Rajendra Prasad, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Jawaharlal Nehru, many others were the members in the Constituent Assembly. But kindly remember, at that time, two most important people of the country were not the members of the Constituent Assembly. Kindly remember the date. Constituent Assembly met for the first time on December 9th, 1946. Right? And in that Constituent Assembly, the members were both elected and also nominated. Right? But when it comes to two most important people, it was, Mahatma Gandhi and Muhammad Ali Jinnah. So one is the father of the nation for India, other one is the father of the nation for Pakistan. These two prominent people were not the members of the Constituent Assembly. Clear? And kindly remember this one for for the purpose of our examination. Right? So but otherwise what happens is that, so one possible question with respect to this which is being asked every time, what is the date of adoption that is mentioned in the preamble? So kindly remember, in the preamble only the date of adoption of the constitution was mentioned, and it is mentioned as 26th day of November 1949. Clear? 26th day of November 1949. This day has been mentioned in the preamble. Right? And apart from this, I also have some information, but basically being the citizens of India, what are all the values that have been enshrined, that are enshrined in the Constitution of India, that should be imbibed by every citizen of the nation. And we have to keep up the Indian flag always flying very, very high. And it is a responsibility of every citizen in the country to make India to be very proud on the international lines. So for this reason, what we need to do is that we need to just abide by the principles that are given in the Constitution. That is the reason why every aspect like fundamental rights, fundamental duties, they are very much important. And above all, whenever you speak about the values that are enshrined in the Constitution, these are the values that are enshrined in the preamble. That's it. These are nothing but the ethics. Right? So once every citizen is following this curriculum like ethics, obviously, so India will be proud of itself, and entire world will be proud of India. So hopefully we'll be doing so. And I wish you all a very, very good luck for this particular year, 2017. And by next Republic Day, so I wish that you all will be very successful and get settled by achieving one of the fantastic services that you deserve for, right? And I have some information with me with respect to the Constitution. I'll show you this, and I would like to share this information with you. Kindly have a look at this. Look at this. So on which of the following dates the Constitution of India was adopted? A, B, C, D. Straight away go to answer C. Note, in the preamble, the date of adoption was mentioned. Similar type of question. On which of the following dates the Constitution of India came into force? You know it very clearly. January 26th, 1950. But kindly remember, few provisions of the Constitution came into force on November 26th, 1949. So now generally some students will have the doubt. Like when we have adopted the Constitution on November 26th, so you can also enforce a Constitution on the same day. But why did you wait for 2 months? Why did you wait for 2 more months? That was deliberately. It was a deliberate attempt that was made. This is because from January 26th, 1950, if I go back to 20 years, on January 26th, 1930, India celebrated Purna Swaraj. And that was done by Jawaharlal Nehru by hoisting Indian tricolor flag on the banks of the river Ravi. But otherwise, in the year 1929, Jawaharlal Nehru has given ultimatum to the British that by January 26th, 1930, you should declare independence to India and you have to leave India. Right, so meaning that is a method of putting pressure on the British government. Of course, the British did not leave by that time, and Indians wanted to put the pressure on British government, and that is the reason why on that particular day, January 26th, 1930, India celebrated Purna Swaraj by hoisting our tricolor flags in many areas in the country. And it was inaugurated by Sri Jawaharlal Nehru by hoisting the Indian tricolor flag on the banks of the river Ravi. Kindly remember. So this is one question. So now once again, let me open the document. Please have a look at this. I need not tell you very particularly that who is the father of the Constitution of India. Everybody knows that, and that great person is always there. That great person is always there in our heart and minds. That is none other than Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, father of the nation, father of the Constitution of India, and architect of the so-called the Constitution. Right. So that is the reason why. So whenever you talk about the freedom struggle, so first we recollect the name of the Mahatma Gandhi, who is the father of the nation, and immediately followed by another great person, that is the father of the Constitution of India, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Right, so these are such great people, and of course, so many people are there, like Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Every person played a very, very fantastic role. Today we are happy, we are comfortable, living very peacefully. It's all because of the continuous sacrifices made by those great people during those days. All right, so that is the reason why whatever the dreams that was dreamt by those people during that time, so it is a time for the Indians to fulfill those dreams right now. So that is the reason why you need to remember all the names. That is the reason why, whether it is the father of the nation Mahatma Gandhi, father of the Constitution of India Sri Ambedkar, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. So we need to read the stories of these persons and their stories, their achievements, their performance at various levels, right, and their commitment and dedication for structuring the nation. All those will become motivational factors for the India today. That is the reason why these people will be remembered forever and ever and ever. That is the reason why whenever you talk about the Constitution, the first person who comes to mind is the father of the Constitution, that is Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Of course, though there were so many people in the Constituent Assembly, the most crucial role has been played by Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar. A wonderful, wonderful person. Now, look at this. I'm going further. This, I would like to show you two articles. One is the article number 394. Look at this. Why I'm showing you this, I'll tell you. 394 commencement. This article, meaning Article 394, and Articles 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60, 324, 366, 367, 379, 380, 388, 391, 392, and 393 shall come into force at once. Shall come into force at once, and the remaining provisions of this constitution shall come into force on the 26th day of January 1950, which day is referred to in this constitution as the commencement of this constitution. Meaning is simple. How do you know this is January 26th is the date of commencement? Clear? That is mentioned under article number 394. But kindly remember, what are all the articles that you are looking at here, including Article 394, they came into operation. They came into operation immediately, and remaining all the articles and provisions of the Constitution came into force on January 26th. That is the 26th day of January 1950. This is mentioned under Article number 394. Clear? But what is the name of our Constitution? Some people will say it is the Indian Constitution. Some people will say it is Constitution of India. But how do you call it, first of all? Clear? That is given in article number 393. Kindly have a look at this. Shorter title, this constitution may be called Constitution of India. Am I clear? Very, 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 very important. I would like to just give, this one point. Once again, it's a repetition. Preamble mentions about the date of adoption, that is the 26th day of November 1949. The date of commencement of the Constitution, that is 26th day of January 1950, this is mentioned under article number 394. Am I clear? Regarding preamble, date of adoption, there were questions so many times. And kindly remember this one, where exactly the date of commencement has been mentioned. Answer is article number 394. And what is the name of the Constitution of India? It is called Constitution of India, as mentioned under article number 393. Look at this few points. Originally, the Constitution of India was handwritten document by Prem Behari Narayan Raizada in a flowing italic style with a beautiful calligraphy. Each page was beautified and decorated by artists from Shantiniketan. So today it has been, this is kept under. So this is the original Constitution. This is there very safely in the library of Indian Parliament. And on the final day, 283 members have appended their signatures. And it took 2 years, 11 months, and 18 days was the time that the Constitution Committee had taken to prepare the entire document. Look at this. And the Constitution of India is the longest constitution in the world because of its handwritten uniqueness. And today it has got 25 parts, 448 articles, and 12 schedules. But originally 22 parts were there, 395 articles were there, 8 schedules were there. So now the number has been changed. Look at this. Popularly known as father of the Indian Constitution, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar or Baba Saheb Ambedkar, he was the first law minister of independent India. He was also an economist and can be dignified as the biggest social reformer of the country. Everyone remembers this name, and the future generations will also remember this because of the very, very, very high and significant contributions made by Baba Saheb Ambedkar. Here, some, just only for our information. On the day when the Constitution was signed, it was raining very, very heavy outside the Parliament. And so we believed that it is considered to be a good sign, right? And what is the importance of January 26, 1930? I told you, and kindly look at this particular point. The original handwritten copies of the Constitution are still kept in the helium-filled cases in the library of the Parliament House. Okay. So, and with respect to Indian flag, as you already know this, so this tricolor flag initially with a chakra in the middle, it was conceptualized by Pingali Venkaya on the request made by Mahatma Gandhi, right? And Pingali Venkaya belongs to Machilipatnam. So this is there in Andhra Pradesh. And Ashoka Chakra in the present tricolor has 24 spokes. This is a very, very generally asked question in various examinations. How many spokes are present in Ashoka Chakra? Answer is 24. And 12 represent 12 casual links taught by Gautama Buddha, and the other 12 in reverse represent a total of 24 spokes of Dharma. Right? So these are all the general points with respect to the Constitution. And kindly remember one important point which I have already discussed with you in the previous class, that who is the chief guest for Republic Day celebrations of 2017. So please remember this one. Along with the name, I have given the complete details in the previous class. All right. And that's all for the day. And I once again wish you a very, very, very happy Republic Day. So thank you so much for being with me, and I'll see you in the next class with more current affairs. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you.